Not sure if you know this, but when we first met, I got so nervous I couldn't speak. In that very moment, I found the one, and my life had found its missing piece. So as long as I live, I love you, will have and hold you. You look so beautiful in white.
Pinky and Matt, you are here today to be joined in holy matrimony. Now, this is not a commitment to be taken lightly, and it is never ill-advised. You always enter into marriage discreetly and soberly. You both come here with that understanding.
Yes.
That means you know you're getting married today.
Yes.
We're making sure.
Yes.
Always make sure in Las Vegas. Now, marriage is truly one of the most beautiful things in the world to participate in. I can tell you it's definitely one of the firmest of foundations that God has for the both of you to experience some growth and fulfillment in your new life together. I can also tell you that marriage is probably one of the most amazing adventures you'll ever take, and you're going to take it with your best friend. But most importantly, I can tell you that marriage is, and it always will be, your responsibility. And that's where my job starts. Now, the reason I still mention it to you, though, is because the reality of marriage is that it can be a tough job sometimes. And there are definitely going to be occasions where it may feel like a big responsibility to you, but that is normal. It's actually supposed to feel like that sometimes, because that's one of the clever ways that marriage will keep you in line, so to speak. So never let that discourage you. What I want you to stay focused on is that there are many responsibilities you're going to choose. But out of all of those, this will be the one that brings you the most rewards. This will be the one that offers you the greatest love. And if you put all your efforts into it, I guarantee you this will be the one with the best ending. So trust me when I say it's worth all your efforts. Now, responsibilities aside, also some changes that occur when you say I do, mainly with the love that you start with. Now, as I said before, I know you love each other because, like I said, we could definitely see it here today. But believe it or not, all that love you have will continue to grow. And it grows every day. It'll grow so much that all the people around you, like these people, take a look out there, your family and your friends, they all get to feel this love too. And that's what makes marriage special. Because not only do you get that change, but now all the people that matter most to you, the ones who made you who you are, they all get the benefit as well. Now, in a moment, I will have you recite vows. You will exchange rings. You get to kiss and then walk straight back down that aisle together as husband and wife. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Indeed you are. Is everybody else ready? Yes, that's a good crowd you got out there. Now, heading out that door together, you're going to start those adventures I spoke of. And who knows where they take you. They could take you to the top of the mountain. They might take you to the bottom of the valley. But one thing's for certain, no matter where it takes you, together is where you're going to be from here on out. Hand in hand with your best friend, that's how you take on whatever comes your way. It's where your strength lies. And that means anytime you stumble, Pinky's right there ready to catch you. Or anytime you happen to fall, Matt is the first one to lift you back up to your feet. Now, vows are important. The adventures are important because not only do they take you everywhere, but they teach you about how to really love each other and commit to each other. And that's probably one of the most important parts of these journeys. And during that process, you might learn about forgiveness. You're going to learn about commitment, and you're definitely going to learn about love. All are very important ingredients for a long-lasting marriage. And then together you make it back to those mountaintops. And that's when you start to realize that whatever happens to you in the valleys you may encounter isn't what's most important. What is most important is who you chose to be in the valley with. And the person you chose holds your hand standing right in front of you, ready to commit to you. Now, the most important ingredient to a long-lasting marriage is definitely going to be love. We know that. But to describe what love is, that's where it gets more difficult. So what I like to do is recite a scripture from the Bible that describes it for you. It is 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4 through 7. It says that love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. And it is not proud. Love does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered, and it keeps no records of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but it rejoices with the truth. It always protects. It always trusts. It always hopes. It always perseveres. Now, to me, truer words of love have yet to be written. The reason why I like that scripture so much is because more than just a description, what it truly is your secret manual on how to stay married forever. Because you see, when that time comes where you're not sure how to approach each other or talk to each other or be around each other, you're in that valley, you're going to find that scripture. And instead of reading it as it is, I'm going to ask you to replace the word love with your own name and then reread it. And I will guarantee you, you have every tool you need to make sure this love stays as strong as the day you bonded it. Now, let's get to those vows. Now, vows are the declarations of love that you make to each other. It is like a verbal promise of the heart. And rings are what we use to seal those promises. Now, do we have rings for the bride and groom? Could you come forward and bring those rings if you would? There you go, just like that. You're going to take his, go ahead, take his ring. You take her ring. And I want you to place that ring you just took in the palm of your own right hand. You guys can take your places. And I want you to hold those open so we could see them at the same time, just like that. Now, what you're looking down at are your symbols of marriage and commitment. It is your ring, your wedding ring. And when it's on your hand, people understand. They'll know you're married, that's for sure. But that's not why you have those rings. Because you see, the rings you hold were not created to communicate to other people. Those rings were created to communicate to you guys. They're there to remind you every day about who you love, to remind you about who you married, to remind you about these moments. And they're there to remind you all the time. So please keep that in mind. And whenever you look at your hands and you see those glimmering, I hope it brings you right back to today, right back to the words you're about to share. Now, you're going to start this off for me, Matt, all right? You take that ring. You're going to be placing it onto her left hand. Now, before you place it on there, I need to ask you a serious question. Matt, do you take Pinky to be your lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day on, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love, honor, and cherish her as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Of course you do. Place that ring on, and you're going to say, with this ring,
With this ring,
I choose you.
I choose you.
I give you all of my love
I give you all of my love
and devotion
and devotion
forever
forever
and ever.
and ever.
I gave you 2 evers just to be safe, all right? Now you got that ring on. I want you to give that ring a kiss and seal it with some love. Perfect. Look how big she's smiling. That's good job, good job. All right, Pinky, your turn. You'll be placing that ring on his left hand. Now, before you put it on there, I need to ask you a question. Do you take Matt to be your lawfully wedded husband, to have and to hold from this day on, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love, honor, and cherish him as long as you both shall live?
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do. Place that ring on and say, with this ring, with this ring,
With this ring,
I choose you.
I choose you.
I give you
I give you
all my love
all my love
and devotion
and devotion
forever
forever
and ever.
and ever.
I made it even for you, Matt.
Yeah.
You're on your own after today, though. Now, from here on out, I hope every day that passes for the two of you continues to strengthen and deepen this bond that you just formed. And I also hope that this bond is always going to stay full of tenderness and grace, because the connection you have with one another really does deserve that respect. But the most important thing is to make sure you work hard every day to meet this promise with the very same love that we all see you have for each other right now. And so now, having committed to each other in front of God and these witnesses with your declaration of vows and exchange of ring, and so by the power vested in me by the state of Nevada, it gives me great pleasure to let you know that 2/20/20 is now your new anniversary. I now pronounce you married, and now you may finally kiss as husband and wife. God bless you both.